If you ask any fan of Last of Us what question they most want an answer about the series, most would likely say the same thing. Will The Last of Us Part 3 ever be released? It's the question that continues to follow the franchise everywhere, and it's one that even the creator, Neil Druckmann, has been asked several times this year during interviews for HBO's second season of The Last of Us. Druckmann's responses to these questions have been mixed and sometimes confusing. Fans remember that he once hinted at the possible third game in the Grounded 2, the making of The Last of Us Part 2 documentary.
All three. So it does feel like there's probably one more chapter to the story.
Later, during the press tour, he seems to go back and forth. At one point, downplaying expectations, and at another, standing by his early teasing comments.
You know, every game I make, every project I work on, I treat it like it could be my last. Same thing when I worked on Last of Us 2. I was like, I don't know if I'll ever get to do this again. It had this definitive ending. That is the ending we're working towards.
This left players unsure of whether another sequel was truly in development. Many people, however, strongly believe that a third game is indeed on the way. The reason Neil Druckmann hasn't openly confirmed it might be because he's currently focused on several other projects. Major projects. These include HBO's The Last of Us series, the animated project Intergalactic, and Naughty Dog's mystery third game, which some think could be an Uncharted reboot rather than something connected to The Last of Us. There are also strong story reasons to believe another entry will happen. Ellie's journey still feels incomplete, especially now that Joel is gone and she hasn't truly dealt with what her immunity means to her anymore. This theme, Ellie's struggle with her purpose, has always been at the heart of the series. Leaving that unresolved will feel like an unfinished story for both Ellie and the fans who followed her since the beginning. It will also make sense from a business point of view. A third Last of Us game would be guaranteed success for Sony, and while Naughty Dog has creative freedom, financial logic still plays a role in big decisions. The brand is too valuable and beloved to leave untouched for long, which makes the idea of Part 3 almost impossible to ignore. Adding fuel to the speculation is a leak that claims that The Last of Us Part 3 already exists and that its motion capture work has even begun. This leak came from the insider Daniel RPK, who has shared information about games and movies in the past. He doesn't always get things right, but some of his previous leaks have proven accurate, which makes this one worth paying attention to. According to the leaked details, the story will center on a new group of survivors hiding in a large Victorian house outside a major city. The group includes a leader named Val, along with a Gracie, Mason, Ezra, and Lucas. The leak describes internal conflict, with Mason trying to take control and Ezra torn between loyalty and survival. Lucas is said to begin a relationship with another scavenger, which eventually reveals his darker side, adding tension within the group. Neither Ellie nor Abby is mentioned in his supposed storyline, but the tone and setup sound like something that could easily fit the Last of Us universe. It feels believable that this new group might eventually cross paths with familiar characters or create new threats for them. Daniel RPK also shared casting concept art reportedly found through a Sony PlayStation Studios manager, and although the faces were hidden, the art style looked very much like Naughty Dog's. As always, it's best to take these rumors carefully until something official is announced. Still, with leaks, hints, and a story potential all lining up, it's hard to ignore the signs that The Last of Us Part 3 may already be quietly in production. Everything points toward another emotional, brutal chapter waiting to continue Ellie's story, even if Naughty Dog isn't ready to say it yet. So guys, what do you think about this? Let me know in the comments below. And also don't forget to subscribe and like this video. And I will see you soon.